my creatives, and welcome to another video. In the last video I created this 10 item challenge from Buy Bar Paper Lover. I will link the video down below and I will link Barbara down below. But I really want to put this into my journal because, well, I want to keep this and put it in a nice place. So here is the journal that I am currently working on, and I already picked out a page that I thought would be perfect for this project. It is this one because it has a little bit of this, you know, graphs, already beautiful background, and this piece, this is a Frankenstein piece of paper, my journal, and I thought I could turn this into a tuck spot so I can add it in here. Now I also bought something new when I was on a meet and greet at Dooding, and I bought myself this Tim Holtz stamp set. So I thought it would be fun to add this in here and then use the inspector on this page to create something. I think I'm going to stamp him on this paper. This is cheap paper, and I think I'm going to glue him on here. Not quite sure about that yet. What I am sure about that I want to do is I want to put this in here so I can keep it and yeah, create a little tuck spot. So first of all, what I really would like to do is grunge this up a little bit. So I have my ground espresso here, and I had a stencil prepared, yes, this splatter stencil, and I want to make some coffee stains and marks. So that is what I'm going to do first. I'm filming this video straight after I created this video, so I haven't edited my other video yet. So I don't know if my filming settings are good again, because I had to, of course, after filming for English. After it has been a while since I filmed, of course, I had to do all my settings anew, and I can't really remember how I did everything, and you know, it's need to get back into it. Yeah, so I don't know. I hope the video is okay and that we don't run into strange things. Now, the thing with this paper that I'm inking right now is it's the glossy book page paper, so it might smudge and it might, you know, act a little bit different, but I really don't care as long as it kind of looks okay. I also really want to keep the stitching here because I would love to see that. Now let's take the stencil, and I think I want to have the coffee stains over here. I'm using ground espresso. I don't know if I already mentioned that, but I'm using ground espresso because I think that is a beautiful color, and I think I'm going to add the big splatter here. Now, there was also another page in this book that I considered because of the color, but I don't know, I think this a little bit technical drawings page looks great with what I'm doing or what I made, and I wanted to use the inspector. So I'm just adding a little bit to this background because it's already beautiful. I don't have to add a lot. I do want to add a little bit on this strip here, so it's not so stark white, but let's see how that will turn out in the end, because I usually do this, and that is something I had to get used to again. Before I start filming, I prepare a little bit. I don't know, I don't have the real end result completely in my mind, of course, but I do prepare some supplies because otherwise I get lost in thinking when I'm filming, and yeah, I don't do that when I'm just crafting on my own. So it is, my process is true, but not completely true as how I craft usually. Okay, so this is what I have right now. I want to add this in here. I think that looks a lot better. I don't know if I'm going to take out a little bit of tea dye, or do I want to do the antique linen? Let's see, I will grab that distress oxide. So here I have the antique linen, and I think that would look really great. So I have these cheap makeup brushes that are standing behind my TV screen. Yeah, and yeah, let's just, you know, try it out. I'll put a piece of paper underneath. Because it is glossy paper, it will probably act a little bit different. It can be that this color will also smudge a little bit, but then I'm like, yeah, it's okay, you can smudge. It will be fine. Let's make a grungy page. I should have done this before the stenciling, but I didn't know if the really white would bother me. But apparently it does. So I'm adding some of this antique linen to grunge it up a little bit more. I'm going to add it here. I think that is always a little bit the downside with glossy pages when you want to add a little bit of ink, but I'm a stubborn girl, so I will use them anyway. I think this does look a lot better. I don't know if you can see it a lot, but I can definitely see it on my page. So I really like this. Maybe I want to spray it a little bit with water so you get the oxidation effect. Let's try. Let's just go for it. Stop overthinking, just do. Because I do really like the oxidation effect. Now I will let this set for a little bit and I'm going to dry this with my heat tool because who has time to wait for this to dry? I don't. I'm a very impatient crafter. So I will dry this with my heat tool and then I will be back with you. I dried everything and I'm super happy with how this turned out. Also, all the smudging is gone because now it's meant to be smudged, and I have some beautiful oxidation and the inks ran a little bit into each other, which I really like, and I think this color looks very good with this little project. So what I want to do is I want to stamp the inspector. It's the inspector, right? Yes. And I think I want to put him here, hanging off the pocket or the tuck spot. First of all, what I also thought I wanted was I had bought this new fabric tape by Tim Holtz. It's the first time I'm using it. Thought it would be fun to add a piece of this here. I think the colors go pretty well with what I already created, and you know, it's just something a little bit nicer to look at than this white strip, adding a little bit of texture. And I had this piece of ribbon left over from the project, so maybe I want to add this here, but I'm not sure yet about that. I definitely know I want to add this here, so let's do that. And like I said, I really would like to see my stitching, so I'm going to cut this a little bit bigger than it needs to be because I always prefer to cut a piece off instead of having to cut another piece and waste some of this beautiful product, because let's be honest, Tim Holtz is expensive. I love him, but it is expensive. Now with fabric tape, because you can, you know, stretch it a little bit, I love to keep the backing on and make a start for myself and then remove the backing as I go with the sticking, because now I can line it up a little bit without it sticking everywhere. And believe me, that has happened to me, and it has been such a pain to use fabric tapes when I remove the complete backing. So this is my preferred method of sticking it down, and then I just do a section at a time because I would like this to be somewhat straight. Doesn't have to be completely straight, but a little bit would be nice. Okay, concentrate. It's very difficult for my ADHD, but I can do this. Yes. Now, I also like to turn my journals when I do things like this. So I'm sorry if that is not convenient for watching, but for me it's very nice to just be able to turn around my pages. I mean, you don't have to work in your journal always with everything facing the right way. You can turn your journal and your pages. It's also one of the things I learned in art school, that a lot of people, when they're drawing, don't turn their drawings, but it gives a lot more control if you do. Sometimes seeing it from a different angle also really helps with your composition or figuring out what you're doing. Okay, so this last piece is a little bit crooked, but I say good enough. So let's cut off the excess, or am I going to flip what? I'm just going to flip it over. Why not? Am I? Yeah. Yeah, I will. Just going to flip it over. This side and on this side. Why not? It's beautiful tape. And it saves me some hassle. Now, putting it back in frame, we have this page. Do I want to add a bit more grunge here? I do, because I do have quite a bit of the white left over. Also adding a little bit to the tape here, so it blends in a little bit more with my grunging. Now this already looks so much better to me. The little ribbon piece that I had left, yes. Do I want to add this here on this side? I'm not sure yet. Do I? And then maybe crunch it up a little bit. Add a little bit of, you know, ink to it, so it's not, so it's a little bit less white. Yeah, let's do that. And I'm just going to stick it down. I don't want to overthink, because I'm already overthinking this filming process and everything. So I don't want to overthink my journal page, and I'm very good at that. So let's try not to overthink everything I'm doing. Let's see. Oh yeah, much better. I will take a bit of fabric glue. I have this cheap glue from Action, which I really like to glue on fabric. It works very well, and it is very cheap. I had a more expensive fabric glue which wouldn't stick at all, and then I bought this very cheap one and it was perfect. So just to show you that more expensive isn't always better. Okay, so now we have this little strippy, and I think about here, and I want to see my stitching, so let's place that here. Yes, I really like that I have this piece on my journal page, because it is a piece from the challenge from Barbara. I enjoy this. Okay, now I think I can close up my pocket, because I don't want to, or tuck spot, whatever, how you want to call it. Let's just use the same glue, because why not? It does stick really well. And it's a pretty big tuck spot for a pretty small project, so that's also nice. I don't have to worry about if it will fit or not. So now this is closed and this can dry. Now I would like to stamp the inspector on this piece of paper, and I also think I am going to stamp this circle thing, and maybe even the light bulb. If I don't use them in this project, it doesn't really matter. but I think I'm going to do that. And I'm going to use my stamping tool for this. I have not used these stamps before, they're brand new. So I'm going to grab my stamping tool and some archival ink. I have my stamping tool here, my archival ink, and I am going to place my piece of paper in here. Add the magnets, and now I'm going to place him in the middle because I would like him, I guess, maybe here. The paper has some different colors on there on the side, so let's see. If it's not going to work in one go, I can stamp it again because of the stamp tool, because I can line it up perfectly again. And that is why I bought this tool, and I'm absolutely loving this tool. I have the Tim Holtz one by Tonic Studios. So let's try. And press them down, and usually what I do is I take my sleeve and just rub over it. And I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. Should we do another layer? Yeah, just let's do another layer of ink. And let's see how that looks. If I do another layer. And yes. Much better. Okay, I absolutely love him. So I'm taking him off. At first I was very hesitant to buy this set because I thought, when would I ever use him? But now I saw it in person at Doing, and now with a closer look, I absolutely adore the alphabet that is on this stamp set. And I thought maybe I can actually, you know, make some use out of this. So we will see. Because in the past I bought a lot of images for my art journaling. And it seems I only used them once, and then I was done because I thought, yeah, but now it will look the same on every page. I did use some of them multiple times, but that is how I got more into background stamps and, you know, the number stamps and stuff, because it doesn't feel the same when you use a different type of project. But we will see. Okay, stamping this. Yes, going for another layer of ink. They do stamp beautifully, I have to say. Tim, his stamps are absolutely amazing. Okay, yeah, much better. Now if I turn the paper, will it fit again? One more time. Let's see. Oh, like it's meant to be. So let's stamp some more. I can always fussy cut these and use them on different projects. It doesn't really matter. So if I have, sometimes when I just have stamps out, I stamp and stamp and stamp. So I have some images ready to fussy cut or to collage with in another project, or sometimes even the same project, because then I already have laying here. But I'm stamping now, right? So might as well stamp a couple of extra. Some pressure. Yes, perfect. Now, because this is on very flimsy paper, as you probably can see, I am going to find some sturdier paper to back it with, just gluing it with glue stick. And then I'm going to fussy cut these. And after I did that, I will be back. I have backed this inspector with the front of a paper pad, so it's a little bit more sturdy, because I want him to go a little bit off the page, off the pocket. And then I didn't back these because I thought I just want to use them as collage elements. So that wasn't necessary because it's very thin paper. Brain goes faster than mouth. And I also saw on my desk that I have these left over. These are from the 10 item challenge. I used one here. So I thought maybe I could put these on here as well. In the meantime, the tuck spot has, or the pocket has dried. So I can actually put this in and it will stay in. It's a nice pocket. It stays in. Makes me very happy. So I can figure out what I want to do and how I want to do it. So I thought he was just a little bit alone here. So maybe add 2 of these. And then because I like 3s, I would like to have one on top. So I was thinking maybe this side or the other. Not sure yet. With the light bulb. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe this side, and then a little bit with the light bulb, and maybe I also thought about adding some of these number thingies from Tim Holtz as little extras on here. And then I still have this one left, and I thought maybe I want to put that here in the background. So if you take this out, it actually also has 3 of this here, and then maybe half on the page or something. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to stick all of these down, and then I will be back with you and we will check if I want to use some of these. Everything is stuck down. I did do some star stamping from Eccentric in here, and I did that off camera because I would be with my head in the frame if I would stamp these. Then with this one, I just flipped it over to the other page. I thought, well, it's a nice interest right already on this page because there's already here something that I sewn on, and I thought, well, it goes with the style, so just flip it over. And then now we are finishing up the project. So this can go in here, and I love this. I think it looks really, really cool. Now I have some of these number thingies, and I thought because there is a little bit of this more purplish blue, I could add that as well. A little bit more in the spread with the number thingies. Maybe this is not a very convenient way of keeping them, but I don't care. I bought an extra pack of these at Dooding when I was there because I really like to use these, and I thought I don't really have a bigger box, so I thought I would just add all of them in here. In the meanwhile, I also inked up all the edges with ground espresso. I will also do that with these thingies. I often forget words in English, but I also have that in Dutch. So I just sometimes forget how things are called. Do I like that? I do think I like to add these extras. Maybe this one. Or the other way around. And I'm looking at that because this one is already that way, but I do think with this collage with the light bulb, I do prefer it that way. It's same with the man. I do prefer it this way. Then do we need to put this in another angle? I also always like to look at the cohesiveness of a page. I think I'm happy with this. I don't know if I want to add anything else. Do I want to add more? I don't know. Do I? I don't think so. Putting these back, and then I am going to ink up the edges of these small number thingies. So let's do that first and then see how it looks. Maybe I want to add something else. So if I have these inked up, I think inking up makes all the difference. If you ink these little pieces up, I don't know what it is, but it feels more complete, more cohesive, more like it goes together than the stark edges. I don't know. It's a me thing, I guess. And Grand Espresso is also my new favorite color. Let's see. Do I like this here? But now all of them are, so this one should go like this. I think I want this one here on the bottom. Would it be cool to add maybe this one here? It says 1888, and then let it be part of this circle. I do think so. I do think that looks cool. So I'm for sure that I want to have that. I'm going to glue these down. Maybe I want to add something else to the other ones. I also have the Tim Holtz snippets. Maybe we can find a little label thingy to, I thought it would look cool if we have the 1888 and then this coming off there. This also a bit diagonal. Yeah, I like that. And glue. Like this. Definitely going to glue these down. Do I? No. No, Kyra. You wanted to check if you wanted to use the Tim Holtz snippets. I have those here. There are also 2 packets in here. This has the perfect color though. Oh, I think I like that. Let's see. This one, let's try this one. Oh yes. Then one more. I don't know what it is about these tiny things, but they always make my collages look so good. And my pages, and then they feel finished. Yes. Okay, I'm super excited. Super stoked. Yes. Gluing it down. Of course, inking all the edges because I inked everything. So I also inked these small pieces. Because I like that. I like the look of inked stuff. Makes me happy. Really happy with this page. I didn't know it would turn out like this. I really didn't know. Because I do visualize, of course. But during creating, my plan always changes. Or I see something that I didn't notice before, or I think of another supply that I have that I can use. So I'm also not really capable of saying before I start filming what supplies I will be using, because it always changes while I'm working on my project. Because then I think of something else and I remember I have a certain supply or a certain image or a certain book. So that doesn't work out for me. I also stopped linking everything down below under my videos, and really that is a blessing. It makes it a lot more fun for me to now create. And in between doing the second part of this video and the first part, you don't notice of course, but I know. Where did I leave? This is so me. Where did I leave the other one? It was perfect. Kyra, how is this possible? Okay, I will search for the other piece because I really, really want to put that on here. Okay, it slid into the pocket. I have it now. I have it. I'm going to stick it down before I lose it again. What I wanted to say, I did edit the video where I made the item challenge in between. And I think it looks pretty good. But it's such a blessing to not have everything be so... You know, I don't really think about the algorithm or anything anymore. And no linking of endless products or anything. Because really that takes up so much time. It's so not fun. I just want to have fun. Okay, let's put in our 10 item challenge. And I think then this is the page for it. Now the only thing I have to do is put my date. It's still the 6th because I'm filming this after this video. Let's see how horrible I'm going to stamp this again. Like I said, I like to put my date somewhere. Yes, I'm happy with that because it's also on glossy paper, so I'm very happy with that. Not going to do a thing about it. And then this is the journal page for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to watch this video where I created the 10 item challenge I did from Bybar Paper Lover, you can find the link down below in the description box. And then this is the end result. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye.